Hello world, I go by the name of Joffey Joe, and this is the show, Call It How I See It. And on today's episode, I got a couple of teams I want to talk to you all about. First and foremost, I'm here to talk some MVP talk. I got Joe Valo and I got Carlitos in to chime in, talk some MVP, and who really deserves to be the MVP in this NFL season as it's slowly coming to its close. Secondly, I got Carlitos doing double duty as we square up and we talk some boxing, some news going on in the boxing world, and I have the perfect person to talk about it in Carlitos. So, you don't want to miss out on this action-packed episode. All right, here we go. Yes, on this week, look who we have. I got my boy Joe Valo, and I got Carlitos with his own special guest. But I want to start with you, Joe. How you doing, my boy?
I'm doing good. What's going on?
Chilling. Glad to have you back on the show. How you doing, Carlitos? How you doing over there?
Chilling right here. You know, another day. It's your boy Carlitos Joe Valo TV. Subscribe, like, and you know the rest.
Word.
I'm here at Joe's show, and we're chilling.
Word. I'm glad to have you both on. So, there's been a lot going on in the NFL, as I'm trying to jump to conclusions in terms of certain three-letter words that you see on the screen. But, Joe, I have you on right now because, I know you're a big Eagles fan, also a big NFL fan, fantasy fan, everything involved. I want to know who you think is leading the MVP horse race right now.
I think it's Saquon right now, and I think he's got a pretty favorable lead over Josh Allen. I don't think Josh Allen's stats are good enough to when you compare them to Saquon, especially the way it's projected. Saquon's going to get 2,000 yards. He's going to get close to the rushing record, and he's going to finish with about 16 touchdowns and like 400 receiving yards probably. I don't think Josh Allen, his stats are going to put up with that compared to that.
No, for sure. Like, I definitely see, Saquon's scrimmage yards maybe like getting to the cusp of 2,500 yards. That's really crazy to say, but like Christian McCaffrey type numbers. But also like with Saquon, like if he's able to pass Eric Dickerson's record, that would say numbers too. I mean, I hate to say it too, like if we were looking at the Eagles and how they're structured, we see Jalen Hurts at the 1 yard line punching in a lot of touchdowns. Also, from what I also saw on a stat board, Saquon. It is okay. I'm sorry, 11. I'm from the stat board. From the stat board that I saw that Saquon was stopped at the 1 yard line at least 10 times, where he could at least had a touchdown, and that's pretty crazy because that's extra 10 touchdowns. But the way the Eagles are structured, that's the way it is, Joe, and that's the way we watch it as fans. But given everything involved, it is winning football formula, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how long that lasts. But I am interested to see that who is the head runner in this race. Like, we've seen Josh Allen come up in big moments, beating big teams, even though he did lose last week, doing some incredibly, like, situational type of plays, like having 3 touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns. That's really crazy to have as a quarterback. And, like, we're almost seeing, like, a Caucasian type of Cam Newton out there, like, type of, like, skill set in terms of, like, what his build and everything he has, throwing the ball and everything involved. And that's, like, where I have my thing over him. And a player like Jalen Hurts, like, he is able to make throws. He makes his team better because of his arm. So, like, I see Josh Allen in a good spot in terms of his MVP race. It's gonna be interesting. They play Lions this week, which is a slobber knocker type of game at 4:30. But like, so we'll see how things turn out. But like Saquon, also we like seen what he's done with the Eagles, and it's been a historic season, passing Shady's record, and Shady's been cool with it. But see where he's at right now with 1,600 yards rushing. It's really crazy, is it not? Like what do you think about that?
Good season, yeah. Especially the way he's been going lately. He's been 100 plus every game lately, and he's carrying us on this winning streak. Like Jalen Hurts' stats look horrible the last 2 weeks.
I know.
Clearly Saquon's team. And one thing about other elite quarterbacks, there's not many receivers that are getting mad at Patrick Mahomes. Right. There's not many receivers that are getting mad at Josh Allen or Joe Burrow. You know what I mean? I don't see T. Higgins and Jamar Chase teaming up on Joe Burrow over there. Even though that they're having a horrible season, they're getting the ball.
Right.
And I don't know if it's winning football to throw for 150 yards or less and have your running back carry. I mean, it's been done before in the past, but I don't know if it'll be done. I don't know if the defense is dominant enough to sustain that. We'll see this week with the Steelers because they got a good defense.
No, for sure, I agree with you 1,000%. And like, it's gonna be a tough matchup with the Eagles and the Steelers. It's the Steagles matchup. It's the Steagles Bowl. But like, we'll see how things like pop up and turn out. I think in this type of matchup, I think Saquon can come up big. Like, I think whoever has the most rushing yards in this game wins this game hands down. There's no question about that. I think. I don't think it's going to
I
come down
think
to the
Russell
quarterback.
Wilson's damn near playing better than Jalen Hurts this year.
They are, but I almost kind of feel like they're in the same boat. Like I kind of feel like they're sitting in the same boat just because of their skill set and everything involved. I know the Eagles line is better, but like I almost kind of feel in situations Jalen Hurts holds the ball too long. That's always been a question mark with Jalen Hurts. So, like we'll see how things like turn out in this type of game. It's gonna be a good matchup. 4:30 game. A lot of 4:30 games this week. Like there's almost like 5 or 6 games this week. That's pretty crazy to think. But like we'll see how things turn up and pop out. But you know, in terms of everything involved, it's gonna be interesting. But like I wanted to ask you something, Joe. Like, do you think Jalen Hurts is a type of quarterback that could ever throw for 4,000 yards?
I think I feel like his first season with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith was pretty close, was it not?
Yes, no, for sure it was. But it was 30. It was 3,700 yards. But there's
Okay,
there's also 3 games where he was injured. 3 games.
okay. So yes, I feel like he could if he
Right.
plays like that. But they've gotten film on him. That was his first year starting, and he hasn't produced at that level throwing since.
But like right now, he's at 2,600 yards, and we only have 5 games left. There's no way he can make 4,000 yards this year. I don't think so.
He gets 300 yards per game.
But he
all of a
hasn't
sudden
thrown for-
he's
he hasn't thrown-
averaging one.
Not one game this season has he thrown for 300 yards.
Yeah,
No,
I
there's no
think
way.
he can, but definitely not this year.
In this
And-
like in this like type of passing league, I just don't see Jalen Hurts making 4,000 yards passing. I don't. He's not that type of quarterback. Yes, he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. And like his skill set, yes, he's a running type of style quarterback. But at the end of the day, like he makes what 3, 4, 5 maybe good throws a game, and then like we're looking at a quarterback that needs to make like 10 to 15 throws a game, then like that really wins and decides a game. Like that's really what it comes down to, is it not? Like when you're playing the quarterback position, like I understand like the tush push and everything involved, but like when it really comes to, and like yes, I'm saying all this, and his winning percentage is over like 700 and everything, but like still, like when it comes into the playoffs and winning championships, that's what really matters. You know what I mean? Like you can get there, but like when you play a good team and you stalemate, like what happens? That's what I have
I
the
got a good
concern
question
about.
for you.
What's
I
that?
got a good question for you.
What's that?
Would prime Jalen Hurts or prime Carson Wentz?
Well, that's always gonna be like a can of worms, just because of like Carson Wentz's injuries. But like that year
But
he
they're
went to the
very
Super
similar.
Bowl.
Like I feel like they're both on a team that's very good, so they're going to win and they're going to look good, but they're kind of mediocre in a way.
We can never tell because of Carson Wentz's like injury history, but like in terms of like what Carson Wentz was able to do when we remember him as healthy, it was like that one Super Bowl year he was going to win the MVP. So like in terms of what Carson Wentz had as a skill set, I think he had more available than Jalen Hurts has in terms of arm talent, because I could see Carson Wentz making more throws than Jalen Hurts would in a game. That's just my opinion and what I
Carson
saw.
Wentz back then reminds me of Josh Allen-ish.
In a sense, yeah, just because of his running ability and everything involved. But like, you know, he because of that running ability, it ended up getting him hurt. And like, you know, where were we like able to do it later on down the line, even after we won the Super Bowl? Like, I know we won the Super Bowl with Nick Foles, but like later on down the line, like, what were we able to do? Like, we weren't able to have any stability at quarterback until Jalen Hurts came in and kind of took this guy's job. So like, that's the biggest thing involved here. So I really, you know, a lot of question marks involved here.
For prime, peak for peak, I'm going Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz's rookie year and his sophomore year, I loved watching him. He did stuff that was like crazy. Like his highlight tape was crazy.
I think-
Jalen Hurts doesn't carry like Carson Wentz was kind of like Superman in his first 2 years. Jalen Hurts is kind of like carrying a good offense.
I agree. Like right now, I actually think if we had like that old Carson Wentz with this offense, I definitely think we'd be like, you know, and it would be nasty work.
Jalen Hurts is missing wide open touchdowns on fly routes.
From what I see,
Fly route, you missed on your number one read, your number one receiver. How you miss that?
from what I see, from a fan standpoint, and you know, a quarterback critique, and every other position, when I can get to really fully analyze the film and everything, I feel like Jalen Hurts holds the ball too long. He reads his He tries to read every progression before it should really break down. Like I think he should give every progression another second, and if he gives that every other progression a second, he can make that throw. But I just feel like he holds the ball too long, and he needs to really make a decision. And he doesn't know if he wants to make the throw or he wants to run the ball because of what's breaking down in the pocket. But from what I've seen in the pocket, most of the things that I've seen on film from the pocket, he has enough room to make the throw and make the decision. So there's a lot of things that break down into that. Also, it's a new offensive coordinator and everything involved, and it takes Jalen Hurts some time from what his resume presumes. But, like, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I just don't want to see this team that I feel like really could make some noise right now just because of what's set up on paper and the salary cap, just, like, not be able to do it because they have everything available. So, I don't know. We'll have to see how things break down. But, Carlitos...
I almost feel
Go
like
ahead.
we don't need a running quarterback.
I mean, I think it's overrated, but just because you can have a quarterback in today's NFL that can throw the ball and really, you know what I mean? Like, if you have a Baker Mayfield or other quarterbacks...
And I
it's
was
like
just thinking that. I was just thinking, would a Baker Mayfield not be better on this offense?
I think
He can
this team
hand
would...
off the ball just the same.
Or a
let
Matthew-
Saquon go crazy.
Or
and
even a
then throw
Matthew
the ball.
Stafford or somebody that I can trust that has an arm. You know what I mean? I just want to have that
Exactly.
trust factor. I just don't trust Jalen Hurts' arm. I really don't.
We saw what Godwin was doing before he got injured.
Right.
Um,
Their team was their team was moving the ball on offense. They were one of the best offenses in the NFL. So like, and they're going to make the playoffs. I trust the Bucks to make the playoffs. And personally, as an Eagles fan, I don't want to match up against them just because they have had our number in the playoffs and the regular season. That team is.
I don't want to go up against a good offense.
And
like
I find that team to be good
shootout,
offense.
I find that hard to beat.
I agree as well. But Carlitos, I see you over there, relaxing.
What's going on?
You got anything you want to drop for us?
MVP picks for NFL, right?
Yes, I do. Go ahead.
All right. My picks, I'm not, guys, if you guys know my history, I'm not an NFL fan. I do watch football, but I'm not really into the NFL, NBA. But for my MVP picks, for my research, from what I gather, I'm going to start it off like this. If I was to pick anyone, I'm thinking about the money. So I'm going to DraftKings, and I'm going for it. Mr. Barkley. Is that Mr. Barkley, running back for the Eagles? We got 60-plus odds currently, and I love my odds 60-plus. Anything plus, I'm putting my money on. So if any MVP pick I'm picking is going to be Mr. Barkley, money-wise, because I like to take a risk. But smart-wise, I'll go for what we got here, Lamar Jackson over there at the one of them motherfuckers over there. So Lamar Jackson would be one of them guys I'll pick. So those two, either Lamar Jackson or money-wise Barkley from the Eagles.
So Lamar Jackson has better odds to win it?
No, Barkley. Mr. Barkley, no odds, like the plus 6,000 currently. So he doesn't have a chance of winning it, but if he was to bet, and if you put money on him, like $20, you win a good amount of change. But
so you win more. You win more if you put it on Saquon than Lamar?
No, you win more if you put money on Barkley.
That's crazy. So Lamar is a higher favorite to win it than Lamar?
Yeah, Lamar is plus 85, 185.
That's crazy.
That's ESPN. This is, and then I'm on ESPN, and then this is current odds, and I'm on via ESPN. But Lamar Jackson, 0.185, and then we have for Saquon Barkley, plus 6,000.
How do you feel about that plus 6,000?
So if I wasn't DraftKings, I have myself banned. I'm on my self-exclusionist over there because I'm crazy. But if I was to bet on somebody, it would be on Barkley because I love the odds, and you never know.
You should be the favorite, are you not?
I know. I mean, he's right.
That was your first pick, Valo, right? That was your first pick with Barkley.
I mean, it's something to think about, right, Joe?
They have him on low on the list. He's like number 5 on the MVP. ESPN prediction, they have like number 5 on the list. Like his stats are like what?
That's crazy, is it not, Joe? That's really crazy.
8 TDs, 210 receiving yards, 2 TDs.
Joe, if he breaks the rushing record, I don't see that.
With 2,800 passing yards, 25 TDs, 3 interceptions.
But I mean, that's just the right now, though. That's the right now. That's the right now. That's really all we can say. Yeah, that's the right now. But like, things can change. We can see other things change. I know we can all look at it right now. But that's really crazy to think that even like Saquon would be that like type of odds for his, MVP.
I mean, even at number 2, they got Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills quarterback.
He should be the number 1.
2,500 passing yards, 18 TDs, 5 interceptions, 72.5 QBRs.
All right.
How many TDs?
TDs, we got 18.
Oh, that's from 2 weeks ago.
But he's only in the top 5.
And I'm talking ESPN.
He's only in the top 5.
Lions.
He's got 23 now.
I mean, he's only in the top 5 in passing touchdowns this year, but like he does have to play Detroit this week, so we'll see how things turn out.
But out of that list that ESPN has, for current odds, if you was to put $20 on somebody, it's probably should be on Barkley because he's plus 6,000, and he's like the highest odds at everybody else. Everybody else on the ESPN is just like 100, 200 plus. So
it says a lot. Plus 6,000 says a lot, and I think.
So if you're a gambler and you like to take the risk, like myself, and trying to hope to get $1 million off of one little bet, Barkley.
All right. Well, we appreciate your insight on this show. All right. Yes. Go ahead. Tell him.
Yeah, it's your boy, Carlitos Joe Valo TV. Don't take my advice as granted, but I am your boy. Follow me.
All right. I appreciate that, and Joe, I appreciate you coming on and dropping your knowledge.
Sure.
All right. Until next time, guys. All right.
See ya.
All right. Peace. All right, and look who we have here. We got Carlitos Way World TV on. Call it how I see it. How you doing, Carlitos?
What's up, Joe? What's going on? It's your boy, Carlitos Way World TV. I'm here chilling. Got my beard, got my Christmas beard going on. My nice little, one called setup. This is my life, my childhood, my everything. Everything I got here is me, my personality, everything. But we're here, Joffey Joe. We're talking about boxing topics for today. For Joffey Joe, it's Clarissa Shields documentary, Tank Davis retirement, and we got Canelo versus Bud. Rumors, and then we got Teofimo Lopez versus Boots Ennis from Philadelphia. That's a fight that might be happening coming up soon.
Yes, Carlitos, take that swig. I'm here, and you're here because I wanted to bring your boxing expertise to the show. Because there's a lot going on in that world. So I'll kind of let you take the floor here, but I wanted to hear some of your comments and thoughts about the Clarissa Shields documentary. What do you think?
All right, so let's get to it. Let me take a little swig of this. To get to this. Get to it. Clarissa Shields, Miss Shields. Yes, Miss Shields. The documentary, the one that no one ever asked about. We didn't ask for this documentary. We don't want this documentary.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure her ego called her. She probably had her management. She probably told her management, "Put me on a documentary. Put me on a documentary. Put me on a movie. Let everybody know that I'm a female Olympic USA gold medal." We understand you're a good boxer. You're a good fighter. We understand that you want to fight men. You want to prove yourself. You're cool. But we're not asking for this documentary. We don't care. Next. Tank Davis retirement?
Yes, let's talk about it. How do you feel about Tank trying to announce that he's trying to retire after all these fights? How do you feel about that?
Tank Davis retirement? I'm going to tell you how I feel about Tank Davis retirement. We don't care. We don't care. I don't care. I don't think some of us care. We want to see him fight the big fights. Not freaking whoever from Washington, D.C. or a Baltimore native.
Yeah.
See that. We don't want to see that. We want to see the big names. We want to see Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, some freaking guy from the not Russia, but Ukraine. You already know, man.
No, go ahead.
I forget his name. I had his name right in my head, but fucking.
It's okay, but keep going.
Ukrainian dude, okay? We all know who he is. The Matrix, okay? That's his nickname. They call him the Matrix, okay? So, Leo, I don't know. But anyways, like, come on, Tank, come on. We want to see you fight big names. Not Ryan Garcia, not Rolly, not motherfuckers we know you could be, not fucking causes, or we just want to see you fight. Like, you're cool, you got the tattoos, and yeah, we got all that. You're hip hop.
Carlitos, real quick, how do you feel about this notion of Tank? Essentially, right, Tank in his fights. Yes, he wins these fights mostly by knockout, right? He's essentially a killer, in some people's eyes, killer, right? But how do you feel about this notion of just like Tank actually falling behind in his fights and having to knock these guys out because he's not really like catching up in the points and everything? How do you feel about that?
So, like, I mean, this guy, like shout out to the matchmakers, Tank Davis matchmakers. They just make him look good. They match him up with fighters with big names. But they bring him down, and then just just it all lines up for him. He knocks him out. And just match shit. Tank's a hard hitter,
That's what it comes down to.
It's just like mostly just the matchmakers. Yay, matchmakers.
That's what it comes down to. It's just like it comes down to the promoters and everything involved. But like,
make them look good. Make the dummies that don't. They're not the dummies that don't watch boxing. The casuals that just be like, oh my god, this guy, he knocks out people. It's not that he knocks out people. For the dummies, they don't just see the knockouts. They see the bling, the clothes, the jewelry, the tattoos. Okay, I'm talking about casuals though. Okay, these guys, they don't know boxing. Okay, we just get to this, man.
No, Carlitos, you're good. You're good. You're absolutely right, and you're not wrong about that. Like, there's a lot of people that just like think they know boxing, and they really don't. So, like at the end of the day, like when it comes to people thinking, like they want to call things as they see it, they really don't know how to call it as they see it because they don't really know what they're really watching. So you're not wrong about that, Carlitos.
Yeah,
so,
my thing is just to sum it up, is just, I like to see him fight more bigger names. He did fight Ryan Garcia. He did fight Yokis Komboya. I mean, those are the two only big names I guess he had on his resume. He had like other guys on his resume, lightweight stuff, but like. It is what it is, though. But if we do see him fight other big names, like I said, Shakur Stevenson, and like other big names. I know I keep saying Shakur Stevenson, and everybody else keeps bringing them up, but there's other fighters out there. It's just like we just want to see him fight like a big name, and in the way that he's moving, it's just like really, and just trying to like fool people. Like, are we like really like? I understand he's trying to hustle us, but really.
That's what the game is, man, Carlitos. That's just a big hustle. That's what the boxing game is, and that's why people like they invest, they dip their toe in. Sometimes they just dip out. Like I was listening to the 50 Cent interview with like Cameron and everything, and then it really kind of opened my eyes to a little bit of what's going on in that world. just from like 50 Cent's perspective and stuff like that. But like Floyd's camp, other camps like that, that's kind of what they got going on. So boxing's always been politics. So that's just what it is. But in terms of Tank Davis, on a final note, like it's just like it's a boxing notion to just kind of throw out the retirement thing. So we'll just leave it at that. You're gonna try. You say 3 fights, but we'll see because money's always involved, and when money's always involved, it changes things. So we'll just leave it at that. But Carlitos, I did want to iterate. What do you think about Bud and Canelo?
So there's rumors going on that Canelo and Bud Crawford
Yes.
might fight, like a big money fight with all the promoters and all that shit going on, like the Zone and Top Rank or whatever. Who are we talking about? Canelo, not Top Rank, but yeah, I think Bud might be in Top Rank. But
Bud is Top Rank.
Yeah, the Zone, Top Rank, and like this, like the over there in the desert somewhere. Some guys. But other than that,
deserts.
yeah, like of course I'm going for Canelo, my guy Canelo. Bud is too small. Everybody's saying, Oh wait, actually, the game plan for Bud Crawford to beat Canelo via his trainer on Twitter. He said that the key to beat Canelo is stick and move, run, run around and box and all that crap.
Yes, don't feed into what he's trying to do to you.
So yeah, so if they were to fight, that would be Bud Crawford's game plan. That's what they say. Everybody comes up with a game plan during the interviews, but whatever happened in the ring happened in the ring.
Exactly.
Canelo, I'm going for Canelo. Canelo's too big. He's too strong. He's just, and I think if they fight, it'd be like around the 50 something, I think, or whatever. But Canelo all day, like, come on, be real, guys. Take your emotions and get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, come on, man, really? Like, come on, get the emotions.
Emotions, huh, Carlitos? The emotions.
It's just, people, I don't know what people like. Just because he beat Spence or whatever, Errol Spence, and Errol Spence. He wasn't. I mean, Errol Spence was good, but he wasn't like the greatest boxer ever lived. He was just like, come on now, like everybody, ever after Crawford beat Errol Spence, this motherfucker think he's a god. He's unstoppable. No one can beat him. The bullshit. Canelo's gonna knock this motherfucker out. I'm gonna be there in the fucking sidelines. I'm gonna be interrogating everything. I'm with the Mexican flag. I'm not even Mexican, but I'm gonna have the Mexican flag.
But you think
Just like I wasn't that type of shit for the Canelo, not the Canelo, for the Mayweather versus Conor McGregor. I had Mayweather. You should have seen it. It was crazy. But I was on my Mayweather shit.
But you think Canelo like wipes the floor with Bud?
He's gonna kick his ass.
Wow, that's a big notion there,
I
Carlitos.
hope Canelo kick his ass, and I hope he embarrass him, and I hope it's not even close. I don't want it to be even close because everybody, like the dummies, the ones that be can I say that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Race motivated. I only see color in boxing.
Yes.
I think that this man's gonna win because of the color and the slickness of his skill. It's not gonna win the fight. Okay, Canelo's too big. He's too strong.
Yes.
And gonna fuck him up. And we already seen Crawford get wobbled when he versus Gamboya.
Yeah, that was a bad fight for him, man. He looked really bad in that fight.
Hit the stinky leg.
Yeah, I know. He looked bad in that fight. He looked really bad in that fight.
You've seen Canelo do a stinky leg one time, and that was versus El Scoto's brother, somebody, Mr. Cotto.
Right.
That was like one time, but come on now.
But this difference it's a big, like against Gamboa is different. Like what got exposed from that camp, like it showed and it came to light. So like you're right about that, Carlitos. And also too, like from Canelo's aspect, like he's fought at heavier weights and stuff. So like too, like he understands being in a ring with like a competitor like that, even being at a higher weight or fighting at weight classes that are higher than him. Like it gives him an advantage over him, I think.
Yeah, Canelo's just he has the what's that word again? He just has he has the experience. He fought many weight classes.
He's got that puncher's eye, man.
People think he's scared. How he's scared if he trying to win a title lightweight versus Bivol? Like how is a person like that like the Bivol?
He's more fearless.
A former lightweight champion. Like come on,
he's more fearless.
Light heavyweight champion. I mean,
he's got more fear. He's more fearless than other fighters. That's the best way I can put Canelo.
He's fearless. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters should be like him.
But he's conscious about his he's conscious about his legacy, and that's very important too. But like he's not going to take a fight with Jake Paul and understand how stupid that is in terms of money and everything. Like because he understands like he's good on money and he doesn't have to take a fight like that. That's stupid. So like shout out to Canelo, honestly. Like that takes a lot. Especially a lot of sellouts in today's game and stuff. I have to give kudos to Canelo in terms of that aspect.
Yeah, just to wrap it up, Joe Canelo. At first, there was rumors. At first, they were trying to make this fight. There was no negotiations. They were trying to make this fight before a long time ago, or whatever. And I guess Canelo, like what you were saying, like Canelo did not, he didn't see no reason to fight him. He was in a higher weight class at the time. And then if he did, if he beats Bob Crawford, what will he gain from that? everybody's going to criticize him regardless. But it was too small. It could be a lot of excuses, when Canelo beats his ass.
No, for sure. Like, timing is everything.
There's a lot of criticism, it's either they're trying to throw everything at Canelo. They're trying to throw Crawford. They're trying to throw Benavidez. They're trying to throw all these guys. They just want to see Canelo lose. They want to see him get knocked out. Canelo's going to win versus Bud, Crawford, and we're done. Teofimo versus Boots.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right,
You're throwing it in the fire. Go ahead. Just go ahead. End it right now. Go ahead, end it. Yeah.
Teofimo Lopez versus Mr. Philadelphia, Boots Ernest, whatever, Boots. Okay, the guy from Philadelphia, the one that everybody loves, another slick boxer.
South Philly show. Go ahead.
Yeah, so they got a rumor going on. There's a rumor going on. Teofimo versus Boots, and for who I'm going for Teo. Okay, because I like Teo. Teo, his resume is disgusting, dude. No one in his
on a higher level where he has them.
He's just in a higher level. He's just like he's just like when he versus somebody, he kind of like I kind of see him as a
he dominates the fight.
Like a Pokemon Mr. Mind. He kind of like copies your he kind of like
he feels out
whatever level you're in. He's gonna match your level.
He feels out like from what I saw in his fights. He kind of observes his opponents, and then like after he observes his opponents, he understands what he has to do to defeat them.
Yeah, I like to do like they say. He's a throwback fighter. He will fight anyone. He's not scared.
It's almost like he's trying to absorb his opponent's punches and feel them out in the fight, and then like take it from advantage from there.
He speaks his mind. He's my type of guy. There's a lot of controversy behind him. When you do your little Googles and shit, Joe, you gotta see some shit that I'm telling you right now that I like about Teofimo Lopez, and you're gonna know when you see that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Teofimo Lopez, I fuck with you. For that fight, I want to see Teofimo Lopez knock this overhyped guy from Philadelphia, Boots. All right, I have seen Boots live. I have seen you live, my brother. I have seen you live. Yeah, I seen you live undercard with Carlitos Shields. I seen Carlitos Shields. That's my first boxing fight I have seen. And after, I seen your little performance versus that's what they do, man. They got the fucking matchmakers. They got you matchmakers versus bums. They make you look good. They make you look fly. You got the colorful shorts with the colorful gloves to match it. It makes you look good. You got the dummies in the background that don't know shit about boxing.
Yes. Call them out.
They thinking you the one. Like, they thinking you him. You got the shades on that have no prescriptions. What the fuck? But anyways.
See, Boots got no chance, though, right?
He got no chance. He's getting knocked out. I don't know, maybe. Boots kind of his type.
But Teofimo's
Teofimo all day. Fuck you.
Teofimo's a well-polished boxer, man. Like, there's no way that he doesn't win this fight. Like, it really is almost like a setup fight.
Teofimo Lopez is on some shit right now. He's on his, how many times you got left? Like, Joe, I don't want to say it, but when you go look and you do your Googles,
yes,
like I said, there's a lot of controversy with Teofimo Lopez.
I know there is, but he is a good champion.
But he's on his. I'm gonna knock some black motherfucker out. He wants a black. That's what he said. He wants a black person on his resume to knock out. Pretty sure that's what he said that on Twitter. So he's gonna kill somebody.
I mean, hey, that's his words, but if that's what he wants, that's I think he's in a position right now where he can get whatever he wants. So we'll see what happens.
He'll do whatever he wants.
He really can because
his resume is good.
He's created that leverage for himself where he can do what he wants.
Yeah, these guys are just building up they're just they're just what do you call it? Padding their records and just
yes.
But guys, do your homework. Go on BoxRec and see the guys that these guys are fighting, and then click on the persons they lost fought. And then when you click on that person they lost fought, click on that person and see who they fought. It's disgusting. It's bad. The resume is ass.
It checks out. Resumes always check out.
Guys, these resumes you can check out. They don't make
they check out.
Guys with 8 wins, with 20 losses, it's 2 draws, or 5 wins with 3 losses. I mean,
it checks out. It really checks out every time.
Just do your homework, guys. Don't be fooled.
It checks out every time. But Carlitos.
I like Boots though. I ain't gonna but you know what I'm saying.
No, I mean I know you're not trying to show on somebody's parade, especially in a situation like this where they're finally getting that fight they've been waiting for. But at the end of the day, we kind of just understand what's going on here.
I'm just saying, stop that stupid shit. Stop.
For real though. But Carlitos, on a real note, I appreciate you coming on and dropping your boxing expertise and everything. So I'll let you drop the floor on the last couple seconds here.
All right, so look at here. It's your boy Carlitos World TV. I'm out. Thank you, Joe, for letting me into your show once again. I love it. I love doing this. I love talking about boxing. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm not politically correct. I'm not talking how I should be talking, but this is Carlitos' way, and I'm going to do it my way. So if you want to see more of my way, hit Carlitos World TV on YouTube. Get the fuck out of my face, man.
And you heard it here first. Don't call it. I see it. Yo, Carlitos, thank you for coming on. Thank you very much.
All right.
Peace.
Go back on this.